What's up, guys? Today we will be reviewing Tyler the Creator's biggest song and Grammy winner, Tyler the Creator Igor, the 2019 release. Now, this album is one of my favorites. It's got really good songs and really popular songs like Earthquake, I Think, and Gone Gone Thank You. This album is really, really good. I picked it up at Grooveyard over in Penticton, which that's just a Canadian website if any Canadians are interested in picking this album up. I had about a 3-month wait for it though, but it was definitely worth it. This album is one of my favorites, and it really shows how Tyler, because after Flower Boy, he obviously couldn't do the same thing again, and this album switched up really differently, reusing the love triangle idea from Wolf, but in a very, very different and better way. This album really played on people's ideas of relationships and how sad people can be in relationships but still cling to them as they love the person. This album was a really good album that I listened to a while ago, and it gave me a lot of perspective on life and how relationships work for certain people and how things look different from when you're inside of something to when you're outside of something as far as like ideals. And it was a really good album. I'm not obviously going to review it now, but we will be doing a vinyl review, an individual song review, as far as an overall album review. So stay tuned for that. Now, as this is one of my favorite albums, it's also one of my favorite records. This is a great record. It's very well made. I picked it up for about $25, pretty cheap, off Amazon. It's obviously not the limited edition one, you can tell by the album cover. But like, I had to wait a little bit for this, but it was worth the wait because it's a very good record. Obviously, all Tyler records are really good. And of course, on front, we got the album cover and all songs written, produced by Tyler Acoma. On the back, it's pretty simple. It's just the Igor with the little copyright logo and Sony produced and Columbia Records. In the middle, we have the songs and who produced each of them. Obviously, this album's not too long and bloated like some of the other projects like Goblin, because it's very well put together and very well produced. You can tell the maturity from some other projects. And this album is pretty simple. It's got a little nice insert of Igor from the front cover, as well as the picture that's in the album itself, which is right on the other side over here. And the little credit of who took the photo right here. And as well as the record, which if you do not get the limited one, comes on a black, but it's still pretty nice. You got the side A and the little design on the front, and then on the back you got this side B. This is a really good record. If you love this album as much as I do, I'd really recommend picking it up. And next we'll go to the individual song ranking. Now to start, before I get into this, my takes may be a little biased, but I think this album is one of the best. So let's start off with Igor's theme. Igor's theme is a really good opener. It's one of Tyler's best. There's vocals by Lil Uzi, which I never noticed at first, but after looking at who produced and who was on each song from the record, I found out that he was on there. And this song is really good. It's a really good opener to this album, and I'd have to give it an 8 out of 10. Next is Earthquake, one of the most popular songs from this album. This song is very good. It shows this relationship that Tyler's in, that he, obviously it's not a healthy relationship, but it's a relationship that he's in that's he's compelled to stay in, and he's asking him to don't leave and that it's all his fault. There's a very good verse from Playboi Carti in here, which is something I never say would fit into a Tyler the Creator song. But yeah, it's a really good song, and I think it's a 9 out of 10. Next is I Think, which I think is one of the best songs on this album. It's a very good song about Tyler contemplating if he's falling in love, and even though the relationship is toxic, if he's falling in love with this guy, obviously. And there's very good vocals by Solange, and it's a very good song. It's one of my favorites. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Next is Boyfriend, which is the exclusive song if you pick up the record. The song is really good. All the songs on this album are really good, but this song is one of the best. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. Next is Running Out of Time. This song is one of those songs that makes me think every time I listen to it about like how much time we got left, and it just makes me do a lot of introspection. It's a really good song, and I'd have to give it a 9 out of 10. Next is New Magic Wand. This is one of the rage songs, as Tyler is like annoyed, and it's one of the songs right before the second half of this album. It's a really good song. It's the one he performed at the ceremony for the Grammys, I'm pretty sure. And it's another 10 out of 10 for me. Next is A Boy Has a Gun. This is a really good song, similar to Earthquake, how he's begging him to not leave him and he's wanting to do anything in his power to make him stay, this boy that he's interested in. Very good vocals by Solange again, and it's a really good song. It's a 9 out of 10 for me. Next is Puppet with Tyler and Kanye, and this song is one of the sadder songs on this album, as Tyler feels now that he is a puppet being controlled by this guy, and it's an 8 out of 10 for me. Another really good song, good verse by Kanye as well. Next is What's Good, and this is another rage song, similar to New Magic Wand, but toned down a bit. This is another really good song. It's an 8 out of 10 for me. Next is Gone Gone / Thank You, which is one of the best two-parters I think Tyler's ever done. It's a really, really good song. Gone Gone is definitely the weaker half, but it still is really good. And Thank You is very, very good. So I'd have to give this one a 10 out of 10. Sorry about that. Next is I Don't Love You Anymore. This is another sad song on this album, and it's really good, and I'd have to give it an 8 out of 10. Next is The Closer, Are We Still Friends? And this shows that Tyler still wants to be in a somewhat friendship with this person, even though it's probably not a good idea. And this is another 8 out of 10 for me. And good vocals by Pharrell, and this was a good song. This is a really good album. So next we will move on to the official album review. Now, after re-listening to a lot of these songs, I really did realize how really good they are, and how there's no nostalgia towards this album. It's just overall really, really good. This album is one of the best, and it's obviously very well acclaimed, as it won the Grammy in 2019, which Tyler also performed New Magic Wand, which was a really interesting performance, and it's actually how I got into Tyler, the Creator music, because my sister showed me it, and I was like, what is that guy on? But then I listened to all the music, and he's one of my favorite artists now. So, yeah, I would have to give this album, honestly, a 10 out of 10. It is one of my favorites of all time. It's definitely top 5, and it deserves all the awards it won. So let me know if you love this album, if you hated it, what would you rate it, and any other albums that I should review next. Just either put them in the comments or message me that if you know me personally, or on Instagram through DMs. My Instagram is Kai Boland. It's an open profile if you want to come and message me what I should review next, or just get updates on what I'm going to upload, or you can subscribe with the bell on. Thank you guys all for the support, and thank you guys for watching this review of Tyler, the Creator's Igor 2019. Thank you.